right?
It's live stream and that's,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
And it appears on my website.
Excellent. So now, is that angle right because of the, like are you going to pick up towards the wall there? Because this one's got all white. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the only way I could do it because I had it over here. I need to get another extension for this in order for it to work
Gotcha.
right.
Okay.
Oh, I was like kicking myself. I didn't bring my other extension. So
all right, no worries. We'll do it.
we could do, Paul. I'm so sorry.
We improvise, man.
All right. Speaking of improvising, we are here at the 2017 CUNA Technology Council Conference and also the Operations and Member Experience Council Conference.
That's right.
2 shows in one.
Exactly.
Paul Black from On Approach. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Mike. Great to see you again.
Good to
Great to
see
see you out of your California surfing attire.
I didn't wear my wetsuit this time around, so I think people were thankful for that.
All right, cool. Yeah, well, thanks for coming. It's your first time, right?
My first time here. I am very impressed.
Excellent. Good. We're glad to have you.
Thank you very much. Good stuff. And thank you for supporting us being here. I appreciate that as well.
Hey, we are a believer in we've watched you grow over the years, and I think you're doing a great job. Yeah, and you're going to be at XFI this year.
Indeed, sir. Indeed. Can't wait.
Good. Yeah, I think that's going to be awesome.
Right on.
The conference is even bigger this year. So we're actually moving to a new venue. Yeah, so we'll be at the Radisson Blu and Mall of America.
Okay.
But yeah, exciting times.
Right on. For you guys too. You guys are growing by leaps and bounds as well. Why don't you give us a quick plug on Approach, just for maybe the couple of folks out there who haven't heard?
Yeah, so I think 2014, we're CUSO, got formed in 2014, and we are focused on data analytics for the credit union industry. And I think the big challenge right now, and in fact the theme of this conference is that credit unions got to look at this like ATMs, like shared branching. This is not a problem that credit unions can solve on their own. They've got to collaborate on this, especially with big data. And so we provide a solution to credit unions that allow them to integrate all their data, normalize it to a common standard, which is CUFX, and then participate in pooling that data so that we can invite data scientists and application developers to work on those big data pools, but also for the credit unions themselves can share applications with each other for their data that resides in their own instance. Right? So yeah, it's so that we a lot of investment has gone into it. We're now up to 15 investors in the credit union.
Wow, good for you guys.
And we're pushing close to 40 clients right now. Picked up a big deal in Canada with Fiserv credit unions. So we are the exclusive provider of analytics for 125 credit unions in Canada.
Paul, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, it was because we competed with IBM on that deal. I think Fiserv's in on that, and we got invited at the 11th hour to participate, and we ended up winning it. So, yes, 2017 has been a great year for us.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Well deserved as well.
Well, thank you.
And you also spoke here. You presented here.
I did, yes.
And I think that the title, at least what I have written down here, is Real-Time Analytics to Enhance the Member Experience. You want to give us a quick overview?
Yeah, so we, I think we're seeing right now with the fintech companies entering the financial services area, they're putting a lot of money into machine learning and AI, and what that means, just give an example. When you go to Netflix and you're hunting around for movies, that if you had to wait for that query to run on a traditional database, you'd be waiting. You click and have to wait like an hour, and then you get a result back. It doesn't work like that. So they had to put technologies in now that allow it allows these models to learn while you click. So as you're clicking, you're actually training the model, right? And think about it like with Siri. When you use Siri, a lot of times it doesn't get the result right, but all those fails go to Apple, and it trains Siri how to be better the next time, right? So that when you ask something, you'll get the response back. And that's really how real-time analytics works. It takes a lot of data. But we're seeing this trend in the finance industry now with things like bots. So there's a company I just came across through the big podcast series where it was called FinAI, and they actually are working with a bank in Canada where you can use a chatbot and ask, it'll tell you, hey, Mike, I noticed that you had an extra big paycheck this month, right? An extra $500. Do you want me to route that to your savings? Well, that's not a person. That's actually a bot that's having that conversation. So real-time analytics is driving that.
Whoa.
And so it's here today.
Paul, this is like mind-blowing stuff that's happening here. I mean, I keep saying this has never been a more exciting time to be in the financial services space. It's just so much cool stuff going on, and you come here to this conference, and you are like right in the mix of it, and you're right there too.
Oh
so
yeah, I mean
cool
we're loving. I was just talking to Ben Morales. He runs QCash, right? And so we're just talking about that. Just we feel like this is just an exciting time to be in this industry. I think to be in fintech in general, but I think the credit union industry is getting a lot of attention. Just because I think it's the model's well suited for future generations and younger folks right now. but it needs to undergo some change, right? The service levels are not high enough right now to meet the expectations of a lot of folks that shop on Amazon, or they use Netflix, right? They have a higher expectation of service, and so this industry needs to get there.
So technology is moving really, really fast, as we all know, and the stuff that you're talking, it's almost like a new language that we're talking now. We weren't talking like this 5-10 years ago, obviously.
Correct.
But credit unions, I mean, what's your advice for credit unions on keeping up with all of this technology? Obviously, you guys are doing a great job at what you do. There's plenty of other companies that are doing some fantastic stuff, but there's so much of it. And how does a credit union, how do they keep pace or maintain?
Yeah, well, that's a good. And so Kurt Drake wrote a book recently called CU 2.0. Okay, and so we were talking. There's a few of us in the industry that like myself, John Bass, Kurt Drake. We're trying to create a stream of information that we can push out through blogs and even conferences that we attend, and really educate the industry. And so he's got a Facebook group that he started around CU 2.0.
That's right.
We're supporting CU 2.0 as an educational means. And so I think if we can get that rolling, I think it'll start to pick up momentum, and people can get connected and actually stay on in touch with what's happening, because it is moving literally. We're standing up a data lake right now, and I just cannot believe the amount of terms that I'm having to deal with. Right? I mean, we're in conversations with these engineers, and stuff is coming in so fast. It's like, whoa, what did you just say? Right?
Yeah.
But that's how fast things are happening.
Yeah.
And it's very stimulating, but it's also it takes an effort to stay up. And one thing I'll do a plug for John too, John Best, is that I listen to his podcast, so I actually get a lot of information just by listening to those podcasts, and then I follow up on stuff. Like he puts links on the site, so that's one way that I stay in touch.
Okay, yeah. So just keep up listening to podcasts.
Stay connected to CU 2.0 movement. I think that's a great way to stay connected with this. Yeah.
Okay, very cool, very cool. Why is all this stuff so important for credit unions today? I mean, obviously you want to keep up with the technology, and credit unions want to be relevant. Is there a deeper level of importance here?
Yeah, and I would say, in my presentation today, I talked about digital transformation. Okay, why does Domino stock was $3 in 2008? It's now $196. They're in the pizza business. It's a low-tech business. But what do Domino's do? They digitally transform themselves. They're ubiquitous. They're omni-channel right now. You can go pretty well. You can order Domino's on Facebook Messenger. You can get in multiple places. You can design your pizza. You can use an iPad to sort of figure out what pizza you want. They figured out how to get closer to their customer, right, by figuring out where to be. And I think for credit unions, they need to do that digital transformation. Blockbuster never was able to do that. Okay, they were too mired down in their ways, and so that's our message: is hey, the big need right now is digitally transform your business model. You got to reinvent yourselves, and this is all. We're just one piece of it.
Right.
There's culture changes that have to happen, right? New strategies. And so we're trying to embrace or create a group that will help credit unions make this transition. But the big deal is digital transformation.
Yeah, isn't that what Netflix
Yes.
did too? Because they were originally just, hey, you get your CD in the mail, or your DVD in the mail, and then you return it. And now they're totally digital. Oh,
and so I'd actually tell the Netflix story. 2007, they shipped their billionth DVD. They were at the peak of their game. And then they decide within a year they're going to go to streaming. And they challenged their internal employees and said, they said, we can't, there's no way we can do that. And they outsourced it to some other, they got it done by some other means, because they just made up that decision, we're getting there. And there's a great TED Talk about that. Then they pivot again, and they're into their production company. And so they went from mailing DVDs to streaming to now production, right? And the Orange is the New Black, Stranger Things, House of Cards, And so that's what we've got to get used to. We live in that era now where technology is enabling change, like literally pivots every 3 years, and I think that's what we're facing.
Yeah, I don't think there's any kind of staid business model anymore. I mean, nobody's really asking permission to do stuff. It's just, hey, you know what? We're going to do it. And that's a beautiful thing, I think.
I think the only business that's safe now is if you actually make buttons for shirts. You're probably okay, right?
I think you're right.
But if you're in businesses like we are, it's going to change.
Exactly. Well, on that note, I just want to wrap up with kind of a 2017, 2018 outlook. Anything you see on the horizon?
I think 2017 is going to be about this industry getting all their data together. putting it all together and inviting smart people to work on it.
Yeah.
I think that's the key.
Okay.
And I think the movement's started. You know, we're getting this rolling right now, and so we're going to be out there talking about collaboration, collaborating around data, sharing data securely, controlling that data, keeping ownership of that data. Those are all the themes we expect to, to be focused on this year.
All right, it's all about the data.
Yes. All
you
right.
guys know that so well.
All right, thanks,
Paul,
Mike.
Thank you so
yeah,
much.
you bet.
Well done, man.
Okay.
Congrats on your success.
Thank you.
Excelente. Look at that. 10 minutes of fun. Awesome. Yeah, now.
Excellent. We are so pleased with this.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah, this has been
A lot of fun.
yes. Yeah. So.
And these characters
Yeah.
kind of lurking in the background.
You want to get a picture on the backdrop?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Want me to take a picture for you?
Yeah.
or-
You can take a picture of mine too.
Yeah. We'll keep the lights on.
I told Mike the history room.
You just do it on my phone.
Okay.
You can make it.
Yeah, sure.
5 to 7.
Where's the history room at? Or is it just in the main? Was it?
Third floor.
Oh, okay. You just go in the main area and just go up? Okay. Sounds good. Right on.
Okay, are those guys waiting for an interview too?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll make it quick.
Come on through. Watch your step. Watch your step. Watch your step. All right. How do you work this? What is this thing?
Yeah. I guess we could have just done it on the iPad.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's get together here,
All
fellas.
right, guys. Let's get a good shot here. Got 1, 2, 3. Boom. I get another one just in case. Getting a whole bunch here. Get that. Proud people. There you go.
All right.
Like 4 or
Awesome.
5 of
Good.
them.
Appreciate
Austin,
it.
You're welcome, man. Thank you guys. This has been so much fun.
You wrapping up soon, or are you doing all the way through
I
tomorrow?
got 2 more today. 2 more today, and then 2 tomorrow. Yeah. So we'll be here. Yeah, we'll be here for another 24 hours. Well, no.
Can't wait to see it all.
Me too.
Yeah.
Well, I've already posted. I posted 4 or 5 already.
We'll be sharing them all shortly. It's hard to get that computer right now.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi here is much better than it is in the room, so.
Oh, yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
posting it here. Because I tried posting it. It's like.
There's Ben right there. I told him to do an interview with you too.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. All right, Mike. Yeah, we'll see you around 5 o'clock.
An hour and a half or so. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
See you later.
Good to see you, Bob. Good to see you. Good. Nice to see you, Don McDonald.
Hi, Don. Nice to see you.
Good to meet you.
Yeah.
How you doing? San Diego. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Since we're back to San Diego. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I was actually at Brigantine yesterday. the day before, just overlooking the track. It was nice. You can see the
Oh, that place is super fun.
That was the first time. I just moved out straight from Encinitas, and so we keep going to the same places in Encinitas. So we forced ourselves to go to 2 different places. So we go down there once a month. But one of them was Brigantine. It was actually really good. They had a crab and shrimp fondue thing as an appetizer. And the other place we went to was an Italian place in just on Encinitas High Street. Just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, oh my god, go to a really good breakfast place, it's funny, right on 101.
Yes.
Yeah. Across from Whole Foods.
Yeah. Well, Whole Foods isn't there anymore.
What? You took it out?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Probably about 3 or 4 months ago. They started, this was before the acquisition, but they started shutting down the less productive stores. I mean, it's fantastic.
Well, I thought it was kind of odd because they have Whole Foods in Encinitas, Whole Foods in Del Mar, Whole Foods in La Jolla. Those are pretty close to each other.
Yeah.
So, wow, I'm really surprised that I thought it would do well because that's a pretty compact condensed.
It is, but I think what the people who live there, what they would do is they get their last minute bits and pieces from Whole Foods, and then they go to, I'll say, Barnes. Yeah. Barnes or Bells. But yeah, it's a shame.
That's a big little area too.
It is. Wells Fargo just opened up one piece of it. There was something in there, I don't know quite what it is, but it wasn't. We had the whole floor, it's completely open, you can just see everything. That was a big store. Especially for the fact that there's no big box stores typically, that's as big as you can get.
Yeah, I was really surprised I put that there.
Yeah. Del Mar, how long have you lived in Del Mar?
Since 1986.
Okay, you obviously like that.
A lot of changes over the years. A lot of changes. Yeah. Yeah, like Del Mar Heights used to be this little tiny 2-lane road leading up to Torrey Pines.
Yeah.
There were just horses and stuff, and then behind Torrey Pines there was nothing. We used to go 4-wheeling and stuff back there.
run out and back.
Yeah.
If I do it one way, if I get, so I'll either do up and back, or I'll get dropped off somewhere like the General Cortez approach to training, one way or the other, I'm going to be running or walking home. But if I do out and back on there, yeah, that is just, I know it's horrible running there once, just, it was hot, just can't do it. Coming back was quite pleasant.
Yeah, coming back. That's fine. Man, that's cool. Yeah, I've only done that a couple of times on my bike.
They've actually, I think the last time I ran there, probably a month ago, I think band bikes coming down, hasn't it?
I think so.
Really? Yeah.
Wow. Because they go too fast.
I presume. I mean, you've got loads of people walking up there, and I'm sure I saw there was a sign there that said no bikes on the down on this section. You have to go down the main road. Which, you know, if you're a bike, obviously isn't much fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of people walking. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, it's good to be in the same area.
It is.
Right. So Don is former CMO of Intel and Pfizer. So he's been out there. How long have you been? 18 months?
Nearly 2 years. 2 years in November.
Congratulations.
Wow.
It's guy just absolutely flown by.
This industry is, especially when you're talking technology, it's so fast. Can't keep up almost. There's so many changes going on.
It is. It's just incredible. But therein lies the opportunity. You know, I mean, basically a lot of technology, the cost of it's trending towards zero, which doesn't explain why most CIOs want less than our budget. But it does actually democratize a lot of that technology. So it doesn't matter whether you're a small credit union or a large credit union or anything in between. In theory, you should get access to a lot of this technology. It's just the price of just being incredible. And the flip side, of course, is that means that the cost of entry into the industry, the financial industry, is that's why you can get the lending clubs and the selfies and everything else. The barriers to entry are huge. But I think that's what makes it healthy and exciting.
Well, it keeps us on our toes, you know? Because you don't want to get complacent.
I've got this. Yeah, exactly. It's funny because a lot of people kind of like the fintechs would be a threat to us. Having worked for Pfizer for 4 years, I've got this chart which I did in 2009, I think it was, and basically just showed the massive consolidation of the fintech space from 2008 to 2009. And it was, Pfizer bought, it was Carica was bought by Korean was bought by Checkfree was bought by Pfizer bought all these, FIS bought Metamante, they bought these, blah, blah, blah. And you just begin to see out the hundreds, in the FinTech 100 of 2009, about 30 of them are either standalone companies or still in the FinTech 100, a couple of years later. And so, this whole notion of FinTechs coming in, we've always had FinTechs. Pretty much everyone's core banking is from a FinTech. Pretty much everyone's mobile banking and has been for like 3 or 4 decades. And so it's kind of interesting to now see people talk about FinTechs as if they're a threat. I guess when FinTechs are now actually doing the business and taking it away, that's slightly different than you're the actual provider of the tools. But it's an interesting space, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's this movement now instead of like being mad at the disruptors or the fintechs, now there's a movement of like, hey, let's embrace them, let's work with them, let's bring them in. Because I think there's a kind of underlying fear that, take this up. Because like you said, SoFi, who said Square, a few of those just applied for their banking strategy or something like that. It's like, oh, wait a minute, stop the train.
Yeah.
So embrace them.
There's a logical part to this, which is exactly if you embrace it, then there should be no need for them to come into the space. If you leave a void, so the question is, what should you be doing, or are you doing, and how can you actually better serve your members? Frankly, if you're going to do that on the other end of a smartphone, and we just talk about our colleagues, our former colleagues who is working with embedded devices, not even wearables, but actually embedded devices, wearable devices, smartphones. It is. It's kind of crosses that don't be creepy line. But it just shows that actually no one credit union or even one bank could possibly be doing all this innovation and research. So the ability to sit back and say, use all these fintechs as the eyes and ears, I think is something that I think events like this are obviously very valuable. So it's kind of fun time.
Yeah.
Great time to be
Totally. It's really exciting. It's better than, hey, we opened up a new drive-thru.
Yeah.
Check out our audio responses. Woo! So, yeah, this is really cool. Because it affects so many people, It's
as they should be. We think when you go back to 2008, 5 million people have lost their homes, 56 million people struggle with medical bills, 15 million American children go hungry. So you know that finances aren't working for a large swathe of Americans out there. You then begin to look at, how do you make millions of people financially stronger, which is, so aligned with the credit union kind of movement. And then you begin looking at this and saying, hey, look at things like breast cancer. 6.2 out of 100,000 people die of breast cancer. And then you twice that number actually die from suicide, which 80% is a financial stress component. And so in a way, I think collectively, we love credit unions. I actually think there's an even bigger role for credit unions in society, just forget about banking, which is how can you actually do even more? If you think about it, credit unions were really self-help groups originally. Now there's a chance for us to do much more than just deposits and loans and things like this. You can actually have such a profound impact on people's lives that I think we actually almost need to re-energize the movement